Good morning. I may have a problem here. Which I will set to work on diagnosing right now. Because it's an interesting one here. Right. I don't like that. I hear a captain. Right. The problem I currently have is other than captain. Tablet is for some reason not responding to me attempting to draw on it. Hello. 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 Okay, the tablet's fine. That means it's probably Clip Studio Paint's problem. So, I'll just leave that. This is going smoothly. Hello, Captain. He is standing right next to the tablet. You know where to go to get attention, don't you? Wait, no, that was a problem with a different... Hello, Captain. He's a monster. Ow. Oh. You demand fusses. Come on. Let me type, please. He's between me and the keyboard. That's now working absolutely fine. Okay. Captain. Please, Captain. Not there right now. Come in. Come here. Sit on it. What if I move this table over here? Will you come sit on the table? Yeah? No, he will stand between me and the screen. Ah, there we go. Onto the table. Good boy. Right. Now that's done, you've turned the prompt back on again. And it's the wrong prompt, because I haven't looked up today's prompt. Literacy monkey. Okay. That's words. Literacy monkey. I mean, there's an obvious interpretation of that. Why do people keep talking at me? I'm getting pings on Discord. Oh, one of them's from the makers of Among Us. Cool. Do you really need to tag me in that? Captain, you're being a menace. Aren't you? Will you settle down? Jen was wanting you for a hot water bottle, you know. I need to use the keyboard, please. Be a monster with absolutely no sense of timing. Monster. So, other than the fact that I just got off the phone with the Office of National Statistics giving them my life story to the nearest two significant figures, giving myself approximately 10 minutes to get from phone to starting stream. I will add the title, yes, that would make sense. I'm also gonna do something I should really have done. Would hope I were in the right place there, wouldn't it? Should really have done on Tuesday. Because it's something I did the last two Tuesdays, which is mention Monday's drawing. So Monday's prompt was debate peer. This is a man debating a peer. You'll notice that this peer does not reach the sea. That's why it's a matter of debate. This was inspired by Southport Pier, which is, I believe, the world's first pleasure pier. Definitely Britain's first pleasure pier, meaning it was a pier built purely for the sake of being able to walk out onto it and enjoy what was on it, rather than it being a functional pier that had to be used by boats and things. So it didn't functionally have to reach the sea, which is a good thing because the coast in Morecambe Bay is a philosophical debate. Because there isn't really a coastline in Morecambe Bay, or at least on the Lancashire side of the Morecambe Bay. There's more just a point where the ground becomes tidal. But when the tide is out, you can just walk across the front of Southport Pier. In fact, when the tide's most of the way in, you can walk across the front of it. What? Where are you even? I have no sense of direction because of microphone feeding into my ears. Anyway, when we went to Southport type area with Southport Sword, Longsword side, appropriately, from Southport. As a family, we went along the pier. And somewhere along it, my dad paused and remarked, I reckon there's 49,500 6-inch screws in this pier. Nothing had been said to make him think that anyone was wondering about this, other than himself. But there you go. The approximate estimation of the number of screws holding the boards in place on the top of Southport Pier, about 49,500. We didn't ask how long he'd been working this out. We weren't rightly sure we wanted to know. You may well have worked out what my thinking is here. You may well be ahead of me in realising how many ellipses I'm about to have to draw. Also, the fact that I should have done that in a completely different layer to the layer that I put my guidelines on. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to redraw that on the layer I've just put in. I can be forgiven for drawing on the wrong layer when the right layer doesn't exist yet, I think. You know what? I'm just going to get rid of that layer. Now that I've got... Let go! Now that I've got some perspective on that one, I'm actually not going to try and do anything else with perspective because, believe it or not, it's hard to draw a monkey with guidelines. And unfortunately, as you can tell from the prompt, drawing a monkey is something that I'm suddenly finding myself having to do. I want to do this on a separate layer, actually. Just pulling up the right reference images to actually be able to do this. I forgot to make the prompt visible. I typed it in and then just forgot to hit make visible. Folks, I'm not doing well today, am I? Is this going to be a monkey typewriter Hamlet situation? Yes. Because that was the first thing that came to my mind, and I thought, yeah. Monkey, monkey. So yesterday was the White Rose Morris AGM, and I forgot that one part of being squire of aforementioned White Rose was that I chaired the AGM. So I'm sitting there waiting for it to get started and realise that people are looking at me quite expectantly. And after a while, the penny drops. Despite this, and it coming up for election, I'm still squire. The election came down to a choice of, initially, right, squire's a 2-year term, and I've done my 2 years. And initially the proposal was declare 2021 null and void, so it's still my 2-year term. But then someone pointed out that actually no, you're set to a minimum of 2 years, but you can then be elected in for 1-year bursts after that. So they just voted me back in again, which honestly, they've had better ideas, but also those who've met them will know they've had worse. Like letting me in the first place, but hey. I quite like that monkey. That monkey has a nice face. Let's say then erase part of its face. Now, to shrink that whole monkey face down, because I did it too big for the monkey's little body. Monkey, monkey. So, how's everyone else been today? Hmm. Keep just glasses things on the glasses layer, and just monkey things on the monkey layer, except for this bit of monkey on the glasses layer. It's completely redoing. Drawing the wrong hand, but it's okay, because I just erased these fingers, and I'm well on the way to fixing that. I drew the wrong hand. Got little monkey hands. Cause you're a little monkey, aren't you? In a very literal sense. Yeah, yeah. Monkey time. I guess a monkey. Sounds like the drugs are in. That's actually come in at quite a sharp angle, won't it? No. Sharper. No, that should be coming down pretty much vertical. Which begs the question, how the hell am I doing this from? That shoulder needs to come further forwards. And that shoulder is on the monkey layer. It is a very literate monkey. Or, as the prompt says, a very literacy monkey. Which could be said to be the opposite thing. The opposite thing on account of literacy monkey not really being a sentence. Fuck's sake. It is not dark out here. I'll just point out. It is light out. The point of these fireworks is not to be seen. The point of these fireworks is that the local crackheads know that their delivery's in. It is going to be a typewriter. Arm needs to be thinner. Hand needs to be bigger. Hello, Cap. You're looking for somewhere to hide. I'm giving the residents of number 16 the benefit of the doubt that the purpose of the fireworks is to let people know that the drugs are in. Because it's either that or just to cause neighbours, especially pets, undue stress. So I'm giving the benefit of assuming that they're drug dealers rather than just sociopaths. Although I think it would be closer to say both. A cave to live in. Avoid neighbour problems. Just avoid Leeds. Someone tries to sell you a house in Leeds. Buy the bridge instead. Right. Let's bring that leg in a bit. Now let's just have that leg behind the monkey, actually. And with a couple of little iterations around there. Let's put the whole monkey on one layer. Now, let's get to work on this here typewriter. What with it having been the first thing that I actually drew here. Lots and lots of little circles. Some big ones. Start with that. Weird shaped things, typewriters. Just sort of get the general idea of the number of keys that there are there, rather than drawing individual ones in. Just enough parallel lines. Shading will deal with the rest. The lines, if I were to try to do that, bollocks. Right. I missed the Bilbo went around the world to fight to avoid his neighbours comment, so just came back to the go fight a dragon, Rick. And I've been sitting here for a while going, what do you mean, go fight a dragon? Why would I do that? Did not in the slightest understand that. Come on. Annoyingly, I'm happy with the monkey. You should always be happy with a monkey. They're great. But the typewriter, the worst is yet to come. How many circles do you even need, and how do you draw them at this angle? Let's cheat. Let's draw using OBS to check the dimensions there because... Oh, get off! Drawing an ellipse with this thing is weird. Why? Must you torment me so? Okay. Not really happy with that, but hey. What's with circles? They think they're better than us. I hate this. I'm gonna do something very much out of the ordinary for this, but it will take me much less time. I'm going to use an external program. Ah, it's over there. Excellent. Right. That's the layer you're on. Good-o. Yeah, I'll get rid of that and just give me a shrink selection. Well, yeah. Good-o. Now then. Here. Excellent. Bonus points for anyone who can guess what that external program was. I'm just kidding. You probably already know if you know me. Hmm. Actually, it's probably reasonable for some people to be assuming it was Excel, isn't it? So that's a thing I'd do. Except that I've no idea how you'd go about making ellipses in Excel. But hey, if there is a way, I'd probably be the person most people would ask about it. I willingly spend my time in a couple of programs more than most people would think necessary. One of which is Excel. The other of which is PowerPoint. I use PowerPoint for making images other than drawing them.
Sorry we've not been with you, Rick.
Hello, Mum.
The news quiz overran. Yeah, we've been watching the news quiz.
When you say watching, were you in the audience?
The virtual audience, yes. Yeah, it started at 4:30 and finished about 10 minutes ago. Well, it started at 4 o'clock.
I was very nearly late because I was selected for a survey by the Office of National Statistics, which was conducted by phone call, and they said, "When's good to call you?" And I thought, well, never really. Between 4 and 5 on an evening tends to be okay. And after 7 on and I thought for a moment, I said, Friday evening? So it ended up being this afternoon at 4. And finished at 9 minutes to 5.
Bloody hell. And was it fascinating?
I mean, it was my life story, so not really. It is nice hearing people's reactions when they ask how many A levels you've got, though. So I went for quantity over quality. I may not have got anything above a C, but I did get 6 of the buggers.
Sorry, darling?
So when people ask about how many GCSEs, how many A levels I've got, always surprises them because I went for quantity over quality.
Yeah, they may all got 6.
Yeah, they may all have been below C's, but I did get 6 of the buggers.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? It sounded like a good idea at the time. I mean, it didn't really. Everyone was telling me it wasn't, but, you know. I'd say it's the thought that counts, but not much of that went into it either. Yeah, there comes a point when, like, everyone drops one of their AS levels for A2. And I thought, oh, I like all mine. I like what I'm studying, so I decided to keep doing all of them. Don't do this. I have many mistakes to learn from, and that's one of them. Right, you know what? That'll do for a typewriter.
The smaller ones were only 9 more pages.
Now let's get to erasing loads of the stuff I've just done, shall we? Because there's a monkey in the way.
We appear to be out of onion unless you know better. Did you use the fresh ones? No, I didn't know we had them. Well, I couldn't get any frozen, so... Okay.
Also, welcome to my daily stream of Mum and Rachel's domestic life.
Well, I had to buy some real ones. I do remember shopping you.
Which is an unexpected side effect of drawing monkeys.
I just fancied some extremely chocolatey biscuits. They are not for Christmas. They're for eating. What do you reckon the chances of being allowed to eat Christmas are? It's in the bowl. Oh.
What was I looking for? Not Discord, that's the thing. I'm looking through Discord thinking, why did I open Discord? Because I misclicked. I was trying to open Chrome, which is where my reference images live. But I thought I was looking through Discord for a reference image. I thought, why? Did I post it somewhere? I mean, I did send myself a reference image on Discord recently, but that's a secret for a later date. Very secret. Anyway. Let's get colouring that monkey. Should we be worried? Asks Neris. I mean, I've found a reference image for something that I plan on drawing. Worried is probably a good starting point, I'll be honest. Especially given it's something that I've said I've looked for, and I'm not telling you what it is. It's a surprise. When was the last time that you were pleasantly surprised by one of my drawings? Actually, probably yesterday, wasn't it? Yesterday's was... I was dead chuffed with that. It was so strange looking back at it afterwards and going, wow, I really like the shading on that. I don't know how I did it, and I was there. There's genuinely some shading on the ribs of yesterday's drawing that I look at from a distance and go, wow, how did I get the shadows that accurate? And then look at it and remember how I did it and went, aha, entirely by accident. Like, I was trying to do something else and it just so happened to come out as having done that surprisingly well.
They'll probably leave it so late that they have to. We're at 10,000 deaths a week now. How many? 1,000.
Mum and Rach are now talking about COVID, so if you don't want to hear about that, sorry.
Sorry, I assumed that she'd muted herself.
No, I don't think she ever remembers how to.
I knew that she'd wandered off and gone and smoked, and I was cooking. I just assumed that she'd not left herself.
No, she wanders off to cook and leaves herself unmuted most streams.
Fair enough. Well, she also wandered off in the middle of a conversation, so whatever.
Was it in the middle of her sentence or yours? She does both quite often, and I'm not sure which is more irritating.
Oh God, I get to the end of about 33% of sentences.
Which is probably better than Mum's track record. Mum tends to get to a comma, and about 5 minutes later we just sort of resign ourselves to, well, that'll remain a mystery then. I mentioned this realisation to Rach, and I also mentioned it on Twitter, but I don't think anyone on here actually follows me on Twitter, other than Rach, or uses Twitter much, other than Rach. Let's do that again on the right layer. Anyway, as I was saying, something I said to Rachel earlier today, and tweeted earlier today, but people probably didn't see that because don't follow me on Twitter, it's probably not worth it. Coming back last night from Huddersfield, for one thing, traffic was absolutely incredibly awful because they shut everything for 2 junctions, and there was no warning at the junction before, and there was nothing on online traffic updates or anything, so everyone just got to junction 26 and went, oh, we're going down to single file now, are we? For 2 miles of motorway traffic. Great. So we ended up getting back into Leeds at about midnight, which was nice. And as Leeds skyline appeared in front of us, I had this sort of realisation looking at it that a city skyline kind of looks like someone tried organising the sky by putting all the stars in neat boxes. And it's quite easy to read too much into that. Because that is kind of what city life feels like.
I like him.
Hmm?
I like him.
The monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick, do you know what's exciting about motorways in Leeds?
You can use them to leave.
No. on Sunday, when Mum and I were coming to pick up my cake tin, Mum used the right junction of the A1 for the first time. Then she used the wrong junction off the M621, but that was because I gave her the directions and she wasn't listening, so fine. And it didn't really matter, it only made 5 minutes difference.
When you say you gave the directions and Mum wasn't listening, was that the same junction that she missed twice on the way to...
No. That's the one that she got. Then I told her that she wanted to come off the M621 at junction 1. She came off at junction 2 instead. But at least she came off at the right bit of junction 2, because the M621 goes junction 4, junction 3, junction 2, junction 3. Oh no, 4, 3, 2B, 3, 2B, 2A, 2A, 1. Very odd.
It has to be said that that is not entirely Mum's fault.
No.
I mean, the fact that she came off at 2 instead of 1 is...
Yeah. I came off there because of where Rachel said Chris lived. If I'd seen on the map where Chris lived, I would not have ignored her. But because she said he lives in Wortley, not far from you, I came off by Elland Road and then discovered that actually he lives just off Whitehall Road, across from Branch Road.
Amazingly, the person who had seen on the map where he lived knew where she was going. The one who hadn't seen where he lived...
It is worth saying at this point, where I live is New Wortley, which is theoretically part of Wortley. It's not.
Basically Armley.
I mean, it is Armley. I mean, if you look at addresses round here, New Wortley is just essentially this end of what's between the main road between Armley Road and Tong Road and the gyratory.
Yeah.
Like, Hall Road appears to be the edge of what is called New Wortley, meaning it's just this housing estate on the edge of Armley. Given that it's between Armley Gyratory and what used to be called Armley Prison, it's not fooling anyone by pretending not to be Armley. And is absolutely nowhere near where you'd end up if aiming for Wortley. Used to live in Wortley.
Not as nice a bit of Wortley as Chris lives in.
Pardon?
Not as nice a bit of Wortley as Chris lives in.
I mean, it was a quite nice bit of Wortley when we lived in Wortley. But I don't know where Chris lives.
Yes, you do. We've told you.
You've said Wortley.
Yes, and I described to you.
But we're not going to describe where my friend lives on.
Oh, is this the cheese person?
No. Cake person. We'll tell you later when we're not on stream.
Yeah, I think Mum might have gone over where he lives in detail on yesterday's stream.
The estate where he lives. I didn't give the address.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Another Strictly contestant has had to pull out of the show due to COVID. The first this year, but of course we lost Nicola Adams last year, who was, despite what everyone keeps saying about John Waite, she was the first Strictly contestant to dance in a same-sex pairing. Because she danced with Katya, I think, but Katya got COVID, so they had to pull out. It's very sad, because they were great.
Being a
Oh,
boxer, there was pretty high expectation of her footwork, wasn't there?
Oh, her footwork was stunning.
And then Bill won.
And then Bill won. Yeah, to be fair. That was awesome.
I would like to see that, at least the final.
We'll watch it on YouTube tonight. You should see Bill Bailey.
Oh, you must see that one from Covent Garden, Rick. He was absolutely brilliant.
What Mum just said. I can give context if you like.
Possibly when I'm not drawing a monkey.
Hungry Rooty. Never been fed before.
If there's one more pouch still out, then he wasn't here when I fed the rest of them.
There is no pouch still out. It's just Rooty.
You know what'll happen? He'll have 3 mouths full
Come here.
and then leave it for somebody else to eat.
As long as you did those 3 mouths.
But at the moment, he's not having any of it.
No, because he's stupid. I was about to go and show everyone Rooty, but can't. It's not how streaming works.
Indeed.
Your friends making the absolute inanities is your family.
Which friends?
Rick's friends
Oh, Rick's friends.
who are currently listening to us gibber aimless again. Everyone excited for Taskmaster tonight?
I'm going to catch up on it later because I am running 13th Age tonight. And I intended to find some time this week to draw what the party I'm running for are going to be facing. But did not find time, and I'm probably quite glad for that because I could do with being able to sleep again.
Cool, unusual human.
Sorry, John, this is what you'll be facing. Apologies if you don't sleep. You'll be right. I haven't got a drawing. You should always be worried, says John. Yeah. Yeah, probably. It's a good way to approach life, is always worried. Because then you're usually right. I can't remember when there last wasn't something to be worried about. Probably at some point in 2015, wasn't it? "2015 was finals. Yeah, wasn't it? So much for that then. That's pretty much the same colour as the monkey. How about not that? Oh, it's green screen eating my face. Poor monkey. These keys are sized for human hands. And a rhesus macaque has very small fingers. Someone who's read the Nursery Crimes series, am I right in thinking from distant memories that Bar Black Sheep was a mob boss? And no, I don't know why that's just come to mind. Something along the lines of Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? I was asking.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
My dinner has arrived.
Okay.
You don't need to shut
No.
down the computer.
You can't watch me eating, so that's fine.
I can hear you eating.
It was for lunch tomorrow.
Sister's got hiccups.
Boo.
She says thank you. That you're going to come to the AGM.
On Zoom, right?
Yes.
Good.
Boo.
I will turn up.
Not working, mate.
And ignore you all.
All you have to do is approve the election of officers.
Yeah.
Right, Colette's going to be the secretary, and Gina's going to be the treasurer,
You happy?
and nobody's offered to be chair. Also, probably think that the chair has to do as much as Fran does, which is bollocks.
Bugger that up. Now then, let's get a bit painty with this.
You know they say when your right hand itches, you're going to come into money, and if your left hand itches, you're going to lose money.
No. I've never heard that before and will probably not remember. Well, I might have heard it, but I will probably do as good a job of forgetting it now as I did then. Sounds like
Oh, look.
absolutely.
Just wondering what it means when your left foot itches.
Means you should take your left shoe off and have a look.
It means you've got an itchy left foot.
Yeah.
I won a tenner on the lottery the other day.
Oh, Rachel won a tenner on the lottery the other day. Had
Don't-
your right hand been itchy?
No.
Have you been and claimed it?
No.
Didn't even know you played the lottery.
Oh.
What did he say?
What, love?
I said I didn't know she played the lottery.
Yeah. Not often.
I don't. stopped doing it when your dad died.
I consider it a charitable donation to support our Paralympians.
Can't you get through to the car?
Poor thing.
Autobiography to Olsen. We've probably still got one of each in the fridge. We haven't.
Damn it. We have to get some tomorrow then.
Oh well.
We've got ice cream.
Yeah.
But you really wanted a tiramisu.
I've got sensitive teeth as well.
I'll just leave it out until it melts.
I think I'm going to like this one nearly as much as the Skellington.
I'll take your word for whatever it was you just said.
I think I'm going to like this one nearly as much as the skeleton.
Oh, this drawing.
Yeah.
I've set myself such a high bar with that bloody skeleton.
Ah.
Hey.
Is there a Y in the day?
She isn't always a K. She's the good girl. You.
It's quite often the one that knocks all the pouches all over the floor. If they're not arranged properly.
She's the one who comes and demands cuddles from me as well. She's like, no, no writing, mummy, only She makes the best noises.
There are 5 bottles of water and a big bottle of milk in the car. If you happen to feel
Like putting shoes and something.
like being kind to me.
So boy with you. They'll stay overnight, won't they?
Well, I could do with a bottle of water up really because I haven't got one. I really must make the fat scamps.
You must. Happy.
say it's Mr. Spock. Okay.
And when I come downstairs, it will be with the correct stuff. So I can go out and get you some water. Hello, Ruth, darling.
Have a chocky bicky for pudding.
Magic. What were you going to have for pudding?
Tiramisu.
Well, once you worked out that we didn't have any.
I hadn't got further than that.
Tragedy. I'm feeling sad, you can't go on, it's tragedy. When the morning cries and your heart just dies, it's hard to bear. With no one to love you, you're going nowhere.
The look you're getting from your brother.
Hang on, I need to see this look. What look did I just get?
Right? Besides, it was pitched about an octave lower than he used to sing it. Tragedy.
Steps.
Ah.
Remember, we grew up in the 90s.
So yes, Mother, I'm not as old as you are.
Tragedy.
It's not as high as Steps used to sing it either, but...
Ah. Tablets. I'll put this cutlery away as well.
That was suddenly quite loud and clear.
What, darling?
You were suddenly quite loud and clear.
Ah.
As though you just leant into the microphone.
Yeah.
It has that effect on one's voice. Right. I really need another multiplier. Oh, bloody hell, it's actually getting quite late, isn't it? This is the longest that a drawing's gone on for quite a while. Monkey. Whoops. Whoop. That's why it's not going on right. Hello, Captain. He's come out from under the sofa. Ow! To claw my calves. Up there, Captain. What you doing?
I'm sorry there isn't any food for you, Rudy. We put some out and you let somebody else eat it.
How did Rooty get to his size by letting other cats eat his food?
Because he eats biscuits most of the time. He likes his biscuits.
Yeah. To you too.
You hear that?
Did indeed.
Did you hear that?
Don't think so. Heard that.
Yeah, I put it closer to the mic.
Do you just keep putting the cork in and taking it out again?
I did for your benefit, yes.
Okay.
In case you hadn't heard it first time.
Ow, Captain.
Yeah, that was my new bottle of gin. Panic message from Gay this morning. She'd put a load of washing in a machine yesterday. And it had broken. After it filled, it hadn't done anything else. So she had a load of soggy washing in a washing machine, and she'd ordered a new one, and it was supposed to be arriving On Thursday, and she didn't notice that it said Thursday the 4th of November. Yeah. So she said, "Can I put a load of washing through your machine, please?" And then she's gone and cancelled the order and ordered one that can come sooner. And I said, no problem. Fetch it round here. Meant I didn't have to take the bottle of Prosecco round there as a thank you for feeding the cats last weekend. For which she was very grateful because she'd run out and she'd put another panic message through to Dominic to say, "Can you pick me up a bottle on your way home because I've run out?"
There. Bollocks. Wrong layer.
You don't understand a typewriter, do you?
I understand it. I just don't want to draw it in that much detail. Like I understand the mechanics of how it works, but
Yeah, it's just that
the levers would not hit the paper. No.
no, because they start lower down.
Hmm.
Rudy, what are you eating?
What do you want the answer to that question to be?
That you should have thrown away. I'm sorry, cat. If you're starving, you should eat your bloody cat food.
Right. I should ink in those glasses as well, actually. So I'm going to overrun slightly, aren't I? But such is life. And what's better, finishing on time or giving a monkey a pair of glasses? Specsavers keep telling me I'm due an eye test because I haven't been to one for 2 years. And my eyes are fine, but
Yeah, they see other things though when
yeah,
they do my test.
yeah. Look, first time I went for an eye test at Specsavers, I was notified of a nasally distended optic nerve.
Oh, what?
A nasally distended optic nerve, as in my optic nerve was slightly distended towards the nose.
Right.
This has never shown up in any eye test since.
Yet my last eye test, they said I was showing signs, the first signs of uh,
Macular degeneration?
no. What's
Memory loss.
that's the one. Thingammy Michael had operated on.
Bugger if I know.
Glaucoma. Coma. Now, Boots have told me I'm due for an eye test, but I had one at Thingamy's, Brillen. But then, on the other hand, the prescription they gave me was wrong, and I had to take the glasses back and have them put back to the prescription as done by Boots, which I picked up 2 days before I got a letter from Boots saying you're due an eye test. And as they're free, feel tempted to get in touch with them and say, right, I had an eye test at Brillen. But I'm not absolutely convinced by what they came up with, as they gave me the wrong prescription lenses. It gave me headaches. I think they were too strong. Boots actually toned mine down a stop or two because they said my distance vision had actually improved. Which is not what you expect to hear when you're 65.
I mean, it's not what you expect to hear ever. I didn't expect to hear my distance vision had improved at, what was it, 28? When I went for my last eye test and they said, oh yeah, you don't need glasses. Weird things, eyes.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's nothing wrong with my hearing.
Wait, you had specific diabetic retina therapy, John? Without a certificate saying you were diabetic? Because if you went for a certificate, they'd tell you weren't diabetic.
No.
No, this is John. John went most of his life believing he was diabetic.
Yeah.
And then found out after uni that he wasn't.
And was he on medication for it?
Don't think you were you? You weren't on insulin or anything, were you?
No, I'm on metformin. But I have a diabetic eye test every year now, and a diabetic podiatry appointment every year. And I'm supposed to have a blood test as well, but they've run out of little glass bottles.
At that point, I've overrun a bit. I did have difficulties starting up, but this is probably still the longest that a drawing's taken me so far. That is Literacy Monkey. Yeah, I quite like how the monkey turned out. I'm not keen on the typewriter, but I wasn't keen on it while I was drawing it, and it came out better than I was expecting, to be honest. Just started saying I've finished, so of course I found something to do. Looked at the reference image for the bloody macaque, didn't I? Also, that helps maths a little. I have a little flyaway hair around the edge. But I really should be finishing because I really should have finished a while ago. Anyway. Right. Literacy monkey. And I really should be stopping now and letting you go about your days. Bye.